At the moment, Rishi Sunak is potentially doing quite well. He could do better if he got rid of the distractions. There are two distractions sort of inching their way towards doom, and if he doesn't act quickly, they're going to signal the end of his tenure in exactly the same way as they signalled the end of Liz Truss's tenure, and indeed Boris Johnson's. The first is the green issue, and the second is the issue of nastiness. The first is encapsulated in the question about whether or not Sunak or the King goes to COP27. One of them should. Otherwise, the green agenda is wasted, and this is all about visuals. So Liz Truss's recommendation to the King that he shouldn't go to this conference in Egypt, I think that was wrong. I think it's now time to reverse that. So one reversal. And that gives Rishi Sunak the opportunity to concentrate on what he thinks is important, which is the economy, and I'm entirely in favour of that. The second thing, the nastiness, needs to be addressed. Because if Rishi Sunak is to project the idea of a Conservative party that is caring and considerate and compassionate, then he needs to get rid of Suella Braverman, and he needs to do that fast. If Suella Braverman was the price for him being elected, and I'm not sure anything was quite so clear cut, then he needs to bite the bullet and say that price is too high, because she's going to bring down his leadership in a matter of weeks. It may not be that there's an automatic collapse. It may be that Sir Keir Starmer gradually by a sort of dripping of questions, exposes the fact that Rishi Sunak either knew or didn't know that there were dodgy dealings going on. But dodgy dealings there have been. And the only way to sort this out is to get rid of the dodgy limb. That is Suella Braverman. For security reasons, for ministerial breaches of the code. Mark Pritchard said last night, MI5 needs to have confidence and in the Home Secretary. And when that breakdown happens, it needs sorting. There is a breakdown in the relationship between the Home Secretary and the security forces. That breakdown cannot be allowed to happen. There was a breakdown for Priti Patel, and that was a breakdown in terms of her manner. I don't imagine Priti Patel's manner is significantly better or worse than Suella Braverman's. I think they're fairly interchangeable. But in this particular case, Braverman has crossed a line. And I don't see how she can operate with the security forces. Something has to change, and has to change quickly. She has already become a distraction. If she were clever, she would be the one to resign. And she would say that, rather like a journalist who suddenly headlines, says, I've become a distraction to the story. She has become a distraction to the Tory. And she needs to go. She just needs to go. And everybody would be so relieved with her out of the way.